Hello and welcome back to Infinifactory. I believe for the last time, Resistance Shuttles, and we may be done. This is all concluded. Of course, the Overlord is all concluded. So, let us see what the shuttles need to be. Alright, looks pretty straightforward. A little bit of a laser on the front. Oh, it's one giant thing. Alright. I thought it was two, but nope, we have one giant thing with some lasers on the front, which is very interesting. I don't know how. We better be receiving lasers. Alright, we are. Good. Alright, let's have a chat, friend.
Since I helped create many of these tools, I'd like to see how others use them. So I was looking at some of the factories you've built, and they're pretty great. What you did with that conveyor and then the rotator, wow, I've never even thought of that. And to use the pusher for that, unfathomable. How do you come up with this stuff? I forgot what I actually want to talk to you about.
Alright, you're drunk. Alright, so I mean, the first thing we got, we're going to build up from these, I think. So, where do we get? Okay, there's the little boxes. All right. So, I mean, the first thing we have to do is bring these out because we're, like I said, we're building up from these. So. So we hit a delay on this, and then another piece comes. And we're looking and that is that. How much of this can we build as is? I'm thinking a decent amount. Yeah, we don't need to weld anything on the back side. So we can put this all together and weld it in mostly one spot. The only thing we would have to make these we would have to weld the thrusters into 2s before it gets there, or even into 6s. It really doesn't matter how we do it. So that is something we're going to want to do. Alright, we need to... So this needs to be lifted up, for sure. And there are 1, 2, 3... So we would also want to raise this, I think. So, let's do that. Throw a little 8x on here. And I think throw a little 5x this way. Let's make sure that works. Nope. Okay, just remove those. Add that. No? Okay, not a huge deal. Maybe just build it out like that. There we go. Alright, there's that. And I think we want to do a similar thing over here. Looks like we're going at a height of this. Okay. Boop. Alright, that's nice. So now we got that boy sitting there. Let's see how this looks. And that is perfect. So we have these sitting perfectly where we want them. I think we're going to have to manufacture the thrusters as the 6x and have them drop in with a single welder down here. This feels like the way this has to happen. Because if I drop them in as 3 2s, then we're going to have 3 welders. And obviously the first one that drops in is going to get welded to the top, and then the rest will just stack on. So that won't work. And we can't just bring them all in unless we brought them from the back, but then we couldn't bring it out the back. So there's a couple things that this makes me think. The first is that we really need a lot more space than this. We need to bring this out a lot. So let's get rid of all that right here. I mean, I really want this near the front, so this is like a 6x system. Like, let's do it here instead. I think that's a lot more manageable because we are going to want to back it up once it's fully constructed. So So how many different paths are we going to want to take with this? We definitely need to do at least 2 paths so we get these 2 configurations. But do we want to subdivide it even more than that? I think this is something I'm going to have to just start making and see how it goes. Alright, so I might do this one right here, and then bring the next one up into the air. So that happens. Yeah, the next one's gonna have to get lifted. There's not a huge argument to make. Maybe just up will be fine. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. See what we can do with it. So this is where it's going to get a little tricky. We need these to go into twos, and then go into stacks. I don't think the stacks is going to be too tough. I'm a little afraid of how far down it's going to be at the time we finish the stacks, but other than that, I think we're relatively all right. So you could basically wait. I'm actually going to put overhead welders in because I think we're going to use a fair amount of them. So you can wait while you take it away like this. And then same thing here. I think it's facing the wrong direction. We will deal with that when we have to. Yeah, it is definitely facing the wrong direction. So So let me do a 5 ski here. No, that's not quite. That wouldn't quite work. How do we want to push it? Because I'm fairly okay with this being the drop-off point. So like they just fall to there. And then like we make a line like this. Like so. But How do we then send it on its way? Like that falls in. And we got to go. It wouldn't it wouldn't quite work that way. It would have to we would have to layer it so that I'm not sure actually. Let's see this again. Boom. That one falls, that one falls. I mean, it would pretty much have to be a counter, I think. Like every third it sees, send it on its way. Like, I don't know how else to rectify that. So, I mean, that's what they're there for. It's not like I'm failing by using a counter. That's why they exist. Yep, that's why they exist. Alright, so... And that is definitely high enough. So we just need to replicate that for the other side. And this... needs to come like that, I think. Let's actually make sure that happens. That one drops. This thruster coming on its way, and boom. That's exactly what we wanted that to do. That's perfect. So yeah, now we're just replicating this up here. So we did this block. You came and took it out. We are jamming right up against the wall here. Which I like. I think that's cool that we're just barely fitting in here. Okay, put that up there. Nope, not that. Overhead welder, right there. Let me grab a tacker for this. Throw another overhead welder in there. And then a boot right there. So now that's done. And we are basically wanting to do the same sort of thing. I'm thinking let's bring this out a little bit farther. 3 like that. 6er like that. Counter at 3. Conduit push block. Double spinner. That's okay. That is okay. Just drop it down here, not a big deal at all. Oh no, we wanted it to... Alright, let's see. Let's see it function. Oh, I forgot the overhead. There we go. If I have a problem right now with the way this is starting to look out, it would be how close the next piece is already. That stuff's taking a little bit to get here. So like, boom, that's welded, but this piece is already here. That's a little bit of worrisome. Oh, I'm also seeing that we can't... The whole plan has been to push it out this way when we're done, and we can't do that with these belts at this height, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Very interesting. Because we're looking at, we want side welders for these, front welders for that stuff, and I'm thinking an overhead for this. I'm not sure how that interior is getting welded together. This might have to be 2 steps. Yep, this might end up being 2 steps. If we can weld the face together, weld this section together, all we would really need is 1 tack putting the laser to the main unit. Okay, so we had this one drop. That's probably not what we want. We probably want it rising instead. And I'm thinking this one's gonna need to rise up as well. We need to go at least 2 higher. Okay, so this needs to be another riser. Alright, let's make sure it functions. Oop. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Should just be able to get rid of that. That's why we check it. There we go. And drops. And welded. Okay, perfect. Just curious. This would be a lot easier if I could just get that to go up one more step. There's no way this is gonna actually work. It would be way too convenient, yeah. Yep, just way, way too convenient. Well, I guess we could turn that. There you go. Alright, that worked. Took for damn ever for that second one to get here, but it worked. I mean, do we put this thing on a delay? Yeah, that just makes it stuck. Boop, boop. And now it's at the wrong spot. Of course. Yeah, I mean, it's... We're just getting way too much of it. Like, it's taking so long to get there. Let's forget about the delay, I think. Let's forget about the delay. And let's just minimize it again, like we did last time. Those are there, these are coming. And boom, those are there, and there's nothing more to interfere. So I think that's the way to go with this. Now we need to send 5 crates to that, and when everything gets there, it disappears, and then we need to make the face separately and eventually send it to the face. So the first thing is going to be this right here. Like, we're going to get 5, 6, 7 of these. And like, we're gonna have to tell each and every one of those where we need it to go. So these just stack up. Like that. Okay? And that's as these are falling. So really, I mean, we can just probably just send the 5 straight to the destination, I would think. And then send the other 2 elsewhere. So I would almost say, let's just raise those up, because why not? And we'll even do a double raise here, and get those out like this. Actually, that's probably short selling a bit. Yeah, these could definitely be up here. Like this, and then that, and that looks like we can go right across this if that's what we want. We'll give that a shot. And these, so we've got them sitting there. we are doing two there, one there, two there, and then I think we're just gonna do a full welder right across. I don't know why we wouldn't. This is also going to be very tight, but I think we'll be okay. So you can go there. You can go there. So we wait for this. Do. Drop. Boom. And when that happens, we're gonna push the thing. And I didn't mean to actually stop it, but I'm thinking basically just put a sensor and a pusher right here. Oh yeah, we're very near to done now. Except that these get there first, which is a little strange. Alright. So it would be... it's this piece coming in that sends it on its way. That's how it goes. So now those can go like that. And this is going to be those here, those there. And I think very much the same sort of situation where we just want a big welder, boop boop, like so. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, this one doesn't require much thinking. It just comes out here, drops. That's simple enough. This one is going to have to go in there. Single block this, conduit, push block, sensor, you come out, dropper there, you come out, that didn't quite work out the way I thought it was going to. Boop. Right like that. And honestly, we can probably pretty safely put that there, but alright, I mean that should do the face right there. No, okay, hold up. Interesting. Those are the things that get there last, number one. Number two, they get auto-welded. So, like, this thing needs to be on a freaking blocker, I think. I'm not sure how else we would rectify this. I'm not sure where to put the blocker right now, so I'm just experimenting, but like this needs to be on a blocker. And we know that we're gonna have to put more sensors. We kind of know that. But those, yeah, those can wait there, which is cool. And then like that, yeah, that needs to release that. And we need them to drop at the same time, but that's gonna be very hard to do. Try that again. Fast forward. Do 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 do. It takes forever. Okay, that's released. Okay, number one. This one I think just needs to take a little stepper here. I wish I didn't have to wait this long each time, but I just want to make sure it's perfect. Okay, I want to make sure these are falling at the same rate. They're not quite. So I may... even do a little pushy poo here. I like at first I want to make sure these fall at the same rate. Then I'll worry about the other stuff. But okay, well, I think without the delay, I think that works. But now, like, you need this stuff happening, so. Okay, I think that needs to be disconnected. And this only connected to that. So let me see. That's released. That got shoved off, which is ridiculous, frankly. Okay, kill that. Add that. This is all just timing here. Okay, these are perfect. Those are perfect. When we release this, where the blocker's placed, that's all we need to change now. So, those are perfect. Okay. So, I think that's just 3 ticks, so I believe if I have any sense about me, if I just move the blocker back 3 paces, that should even it up. Sensors go into place. These things come and... oh, not quite there. Okay, so... well, can we get rid of that? Let's get rid of one of the sensors. I'm hoping because it's on a corner now, it's not going to shove it off, but probably still will. Yeah, and perfect. Boom. So that hits those fucking... those motherfucking... okay, this is fine. Remove those. Still put that tack on there. Nope, nope. Didn't mean to do that. Push this shit. Push that shit. And... I'm just looking exactly how I'm going to wire this. Okay. Push that. Okay. Man, I can't fit in these spaces. Oh, shoot. Alright. Wow, I really can't. Okay, there's that. There's that. There's that. Alright. So that all gets shoved out. Go that way, I think. Alright, I think that does the face for us. They just sit there and wait. This falls, everything gets pushed, everything gets welded. Alright. So now... I mean, now we have the whole thing together. We just need to move these two parts together. And orientate it properly. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. We could even, I mean, this is tight now, but if we spin it again, now it's just hanging out, ready to go. Wait, what the fuck? A couple weird things just happened there. This didn't drag everything with it, which was strange. Okay, that is waiting. That's fine. Welded together. Last piece comes down, welds. Okay. I mean, fine. But not a problem I was anticipating, if I'm being honest. Okay, now the whole thing gets pulled with it. And really, this is just going to be a matter of line it up and push it in. There you go. That whole thing's ready to go. Alright, let's see. There's going to be a lot of surface contact, so I just need to make sure that it turns when I want it to. See, that's what we were afraid of. Okay, so it's turning a little late. Okay, so can I do that? Number one. Number two. Can I do that? See how this is lining up. I think it's interesting because I feel like I'm very close to the end of the game right now, and it's just tiny little problems we gotta iron out. Okay, that's not quite there. Oh, that didn't move. Okay, well that's fine. I really just need this thing, as I look at it. You like that? Like, I think that should do what I want. Alright, come on. Okay, there's your face, just sitting there waiting. Okay, let's get a pause in here. Let's see. Yeah, like right there. Is the completed thing, except for that one piece in the middle is raised too high. We gotta work on that. But that's the completed thing, so... Oh no, it didn't go. It needs to go one step further. Okay. That's fine with me. We'll just do that right there. And that'll do that. And then I think... Nope. I think 2 of these here will do that. Alright, so we need to figure out... These things get like auto-welded. I think I can solve this by getting rid of that and adding 3 down here. I think that'll solve that problem. Except it's not getting welded together because those blocks are in the way. And of course I didn't mean to pause it. Maybe I can get rid of those. Let's find out. Okay, pause here. I need to really see what's happening with this. So this falls, that's perfect. That falls and it's perfect. That falls and it's perfect. This one is gonna fall too far. That's okay, because on this one I can put that block there. And I think it'll all still be fine. Okay. No! What? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so we need to do something. I don't have vertical blockers, so what do I do? Like, I mean, like, I'm thinking like this one has to come out like this, and then this one this. Like, I don't know exactly how to fix this timing, but I didn't actually. I guess I could put those welders on pushers and just send it out when we need them. That's an option. Okay, that shit's on delay. Maybe. Hey, that actually worked. That actually worked. You go out there, you grab it. It's not gonna spin now. There's no way it spins now. No chance. Yep. Alright. Goodbye to you. Alright, pick that crap up. What do we do now? Think about putting that right there. I mean, that's right now what I'm thinking about doing. Get rid of this stuff for now. Put that in there, and then I mean, it's just going to be a matter of directing it to the finish line. Face just sitting there waiting. Shuttle comes around, boom, whole thing lifted. Boom, up, push. Can you feel how close we are? Up, over, down, down, turn, drops, and alright, pause this. Why? Legit, why isn't this moving right now? Oh, it didn't fall on the frickin' belt, that's why. Okay. So yeah, we add this belt, and we're done. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the final puzzle, I believe, with all my soul, the final puzzle is done. We have a hell of a talk through to do. So let's do the talk through. Number one, these tanks come out. This one waits for the second one, because we need to. When the second one gets here, the first one hits this belt because it's been pushed onto it, and goes down to a turner and lifter. The second one, with this sensor, gets shoved off. Twist rises. They just move down the line to the large welder. Meanwhile, we are stocking up 6 thrusters here and 6 thrusters here. When we get 6, the first one obviously moves on its own. The other 5 are shoved away. Number 1 will sit on a block. Number 2 goes around the block. And when it passes under, they get welded together, and so everything moves forward. You can see it there. If that block is sitting, that one goes around, welded together, they all come down. The completed ones go down into this welder with a 3-tick sensor that pushes it out for a double spin that moves it down the line. Same thing happening here. You can see the top one falls down, that's 3. Pushes out, double spin, heads down the line. Meanwhile, and they just go down the belt and fall into the welding station, the giant welding station that we've made. Meanwhile, this fellow here just comes out and waits at a blocker until he gets the signal. Laser 1 goes here and waits until laser 2 gets here, which takes a bit of a time. But once laser 2 gets here, they both continue on their line. One falls down. This is one thing I really like. There and over here. Like, this is, we used almost all of the space. This footprint score is going to be incredible. We're building up in the shelving here. This is right against the wall. This one sensor drops down and goes underneath this shelf. We've got all kinds of crap tucked in behind there. This is utilizing space very, very nicely. And they just move on to the welder. Meanwhile, these 7 are collecting. When the 7th one finally arrives, they all move on their path. Those 2 go up and over. These 5 just drop at the main welder. There's a little bit of a delay so that the center one can be dropped by 1 compared to the other 4. These 2 are going up around to the face of the unit. This one on the side here has a double sensor here that holds this blocker out, which remedies the timing error on this, because as they're falling into the welding, they'll get welded as soon as they're together, and so they don't quite line up. So we have that 2 sensor there to hold this until it's clear, and then it takes a tick to retract, and it's a tick behind. So once it's off, 1 tick ahead of the sensors, it needs to wait 1 more tick before this one can start moving. So that's how that 2 gap works there. And then it immediately hits this other double sensor, which releases that blocker, and lets the middle unit come down, and that puts them on perfect timing to fall together and get welded together. Once they fall into place, there's a sensor hidden under there that you can't see. It's right down there. Sensor with all the conduit hidden under there too, pushes the laser, and the whole welded together unit out into another welder that welds the lasers onto the face, and then it comes out and double spins and waits for the rest. This thing, just waiting, there's one thruster, falls into place, gets welded. The second one falls into place, gets welded, also lands on a conveyor, so the whole thing is drug along. It follows the line to the final welder that welds the whole face onto the front, and there's also a hidden little lifter block down there that lifts it up into these. There's actually two lifters there. It lifts it up into these, that pushes it a little bit out. It hits another lifter to the top unit, pushes it out, and then hits these, turns, falls, hits that, and backs its way into the output. You can see right here there is a very slight error and it tells me, but it's like 1 pixel where it will tell me what's wrong. There should be a block here, it says. I don't know if I agree with you. There should be a block here. Okay. I mean, I see it now. This changes everything. We are about to have to spend a lot more time with this. I'm not entirely sure what to do. My instinct is to eviscerate another block, but man, this really does change the whole thing. I mean, like I said, my instinct here is to put those there. But like, we need to wait once more for this. And then I'm not really sure what we're gonna do here. I mean, yeah, that doesn't function anymore the way we need it to. So that's going to be a problem for sure. Let's get that out there for now and put a little eviscerator here. And basically One of them's gonna have to get lifted up. I think, no, they're both gonna have to get lifted up. They both need to be lifted up. Probably double lifted. Nah, that other one. Son of a gun. Okay. I think we make this... God damn it. This another sensor. That works on a push block here. And then... That can just do that. And that can do that. Okay, so now, I mean, really what we need to do, you need to come to there. And then the next one gets lifted again. And comes to there. Like, that's pretty much what we're doing. Okay, that puts them in place. We just now need to figure out the welding situation. Yeah, that puts them in place without blocking anything else. So now... Okay. It's like the middle one is the lowest, so it's no. The middle three are the lowest. So they need to get there fast. Okay. Okay. So this one. So those three need to get there fast. This one, it's already got the longest route, so it's probably fine. Let me see. God damn it. Why do I keep pressing that wrong button, man? It's so frustrating. Okay, those actually getting there at equal time, which is weird. And they're not, of course, not falling far enough. So let's give this guy, come on. It's a little bit more weight on that. I mean, I don't... We are in such a bad spot right now. I'm like... Okay. So that hasn't been welded to that. Well, this thing's falling. That's number one that's happening right now. That's falling. I don't know how much that's going to change, but let it be known that it's happening. Okay, that's actually, you know, lining up right, but yeah, it's not going to take the whole thing with it, which is what we expected. So now what I'm thinking about doing is getting rid of this section of the welder. And having these things pre-weld before they get to it. So we're talking about a really complicated procedure. So let me see. Basically, I want them on here welded, and then they get shoved off somehow. So let's get rid of this delay. I don't think we want it anymore. And we're going to actually get rid of a lot of this line. So, I mean, let's just see exactly how we do this. But I'm thinking, like, just get rid of this line and replace that with blowers. And then 1, 2, 3. So that's as tall as it is now, if we were to put them there. So little 5 ski here. Damn it. Please don't spin. Oh my god. Stop. Please. Alright. Now you fell too? Like, what the fuck are you guys falling? What are you falling for? Alright. Okay. 5 ski here. Okay, something like that. Is that how I wanted it? That doesn't feel like how I wanted this to be. So let's make this a little bit taller. Okay. Those will fall in there, which is great. I don't really see how this helps. I've constructed this thing to help, but I don't really see it helping. I don't understand how this helps me, but this is what we've done. Okay, where are these guys? All right. Well, there. And that one can just do that, which is nice. But the other one. The other one. Boop. Okay, maybe. Pretty big maybe. But maybe. Okay, I want to try those two like this. These three. Those, and then verticals. And then verticals like this, but I think I need that outside one to get there just a touch later. Yeah. Yeah, just a hair later, and I think we're good there. I'm not going to be doing another talk through because nothing much has changed. I just added a welder system up here. But there's not a whole lot to really say about it. It just is. Okay. All welded, all welded, all welded. And then this is the sort of thing, like I want to put a frickin' sensor here to push that away, because otherwise it's got a strong chance of getting in the way of something. So we'll keep it low. Like so. Little pusher right there. I think we can get rid of this block. You better, you bet. Boop. Alright. There's the face. Now we're here. I think I need a 7 there and a 7 there to get what I want. That other 7 is one too many. I mean, that's why is this yeah, it just wasn't there yet. Okay, that's fine. There you go. Alright, so that's there. Boop, those two get welded together. And some shit's going down back here. You gotta be... Because now they're not... Now they're not one piece anymore. Man, oh man. Okay. It's right so far. Unpause. This one obviously is going around on its thing. Oop, that's where it needs to be, so I'll take it, even though it wasn't clean. And of course, the one thing I said I was trying not to do, I did. And that is allow the conduit to get in the way. Okay, do that again. Man, this might need another talk through. Jesus. Alright. So this gets here. Okay. So we need blower right there. But then also like freaking welder right here. And of course that's gonna get blown up. So tack that to the damn ground, because fuck you. And now that thing cannot spin because this game fucking hates me. If I just get rid of that, can it spin? Yes, it can. Alright. So this comes around, it's beautiful, it boop, it gets raised up, which is fantastic. But we have to weld these together somehow. Yes, I absolutely know this isn't going to work, but I need to figure out what does work, or what doesn't work, before I can figure out what does. So, here we go. Run it again. That still spins, which is beautiful. This comes around, which is beautiful. Sensors, hold that out. Okay, that weld is made. The weld is made. The lift is prevented by this. That's probably going to prevent it from spinning again. Because this game absolutely hates me. Okay, still spins, still spins. And it got shoved out too, which is neat. I don't think what I did helped at all. Maybe it did. Maybe that did help. Alright. Helped a little bit. Man, we're coming up on 2 hours, man, and I feel like the last hour and a half has just been fixing small things. Like, we had it so close, and then we just had to, okay, fix this little thing, and it just keeps building. Okay. Those. And we'll see what we can do with that. Really just trying to shove the thing onto itself. Back up onto this. Okay. So wait, what happened? Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, I guess we can say to go here and do it. Whoops. Oh man. Alright. But I mean, we're just constantly pushing it backwards. fuck? What actually happened right there? Something broke. Something is broken. Okay. Yep. Okay. Just fuck off. Just fuck off, man. Wait. This is only there because it needs to go away, so that can leave for now. And let's see where we get with all the pieces we have right now. Let's just see where this gets us. Okay, and I also want to see... Okay. Okay. I can live with all that. Welds, pushes, and okay. So now we get this. They're telling me I can't push it to the side, but I don't see why not. Yeah, I really don't see any reason I can't shove it to the side. So that's, I mean, I'm going to go for that again. Because I don't, like I said, I don't see a reason I can't. You better. You better, you better, you bet. Okay, that does that. Comes in. This comes in. Back, back, back. Hits that. Shoves up. Alright. Perfect. Now... I mean, add this, see where that gets us, because we're really close. We're almost there. I know I said this an hour ago, but we are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Come around, weld it in, out, over, and that is a successful shuttle. Oh man! All right, do one more for me, and I'll call it done. All right, let's do one more talk through, and I think we're done with this. Right now, I'm just burnt out, really, because this. I thought I was done. I was really happy with everything, and then to find out I missed those 2 blocks and I had to completely redesign it. That's really upsetting, but. The same is true of these fuel tanks. They get there the same way. The burners get there the same way. The only thing that really changed, I added 1 to this, and I've now made the middle piece between the face and the tanks weld elsewhere. And when I added the 1, damn it, wrong fucking button again. When I added the 8th one, that piece now gets eviscerated in half, and there's a sensor down there that pushes the top piece to safety, and those are the 2 extra blocks we needed to add. These now get risen up and they fall into their own welder, where those extra pieces get welded on and they get welded together. Couldn't really pull that off down there, I don't think. Mostly because the welder would have been in the spot where the conveyors were, so it couldn't, we just couldn't get them there without raising them up. So we just decided to go ahead and do it as its own unit, so we get the separator, the face, and the tanks together. We have a sensor here that tells the separator to move on. And then it gets risen up and falls down where it needs to go. Little one belt there, one belt there, that gets it where it needs to go. It falls down right where the face is at. They get welded together. There's an extra welder here now to weld the separator to the tanks, to the left tanks. And then we have this separator up here that sends it to the right tank. And we also have it so that when those thrusters fall, it gets dragged along the same way that it did before. These welders can actually go. We don't need those. So I'll get rid of those. And then we just had to do a lot of fucking work here. So this one comes in, hits this sensor. That extends this welder that will tack these tanks to that separator. That happens, they move out of the way, that's when it gets lifted up. And it's really just hitting a series lift, lift, sensor, push, lift, overheads, and it just getting it out over there. So that's all that did. And I mean, that's... yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. I mean, that's nice and complicated. How it gets lifted up, it hits this overhead sensor there, that pushes it back one. It gets lifted again, I think then hitting this sensor, and gets pushed to the side one. Let's actually see. Tacked, okay, lifts, it lifts up, hits this sensor with the laser, gets shoved out, lifts again, and yeah, hits that sensor on the side that pushes it out into this lifter, and then the overheads, and it's gone. And that is hopefully the final puzzle. I say hopefully because this one really did burn me out quite a bit, and so I'm happy to retire this game after that. I may come back and do some trophies, but I don't think those will be an episode at all, so this should be the finale unless there is more like there was the last time. But there's your little shuttles. Boop, boop, boop. You better, you better, you bet. So many welders here. There's 3 individual welders for each of the thruster clusters, and then there's a main welder for the thruster clusters. Then there's a welder to tanks to thrusters. There's a welder for the separation unit. There's a welder for the face unit. There's a welder to put the separation unit and the face unit together. There's a welder to put the tanks and the separation unit together. This is a whole bunch of welding. Heck of a fucking project. But it is complete. And we used most of this room to do it too, which I think is pretty cool. Cycle count is astronomical right now. And that's the last one, and we're done. Look at the cycle score. Whoo, boy. Could I have done it without it being a minimum? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't think... well, I don't know. I thought to try it, but I didn't want to risk it failing, I guess. But yeah, we did very bad compared to everybody else on this, but it is done.
Just as I thought. These tools are magnificent. Nothing killed you or burst into flames, and now we've made a number of useful components for the space station and the homeward fleet. Great job. It was a pleasure. No, an honor to work with you.
If there's another one right here. Jesus Christ! Oh. Oh, why do you hate me so much? Son of a bitch. Okay. Mission briefing. 4 puzzles. Mission briefing puzzle. Mission briefing puzzle. Finale. Oh, this is twice in the same game. I've been wrong about the freaking finale. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you guys on the next 6 episodes. Hopefully those ones won't be 2 hours long. Oh man, I am going to go take a break. I'll see you guys next time.